Welcome to the one-on-one interview show from AutoHub Show Media, and let's get started.
So I'm here at DMS, now powered by Priority. So maybe we can start with what's Priority, but more importantly, why DMS and why Priority? So who wants to start?
I'll kick it off. So
You got it.
yeah, I think we're all set. We're a payments and banking fintech, about 20-year-old company.
Okay.
We're a single platform to collect, store, lend, and send money. And we tend to focus on areas where, one, we think our technology can really change the nature of money movement. And there's some complexity to it. And automotive commerce really fit that from our perspective. The ecosystem's changing, it's becoming more complex. The dealership community has new needs for technology and the way consumers are interacting. And we wanted to go deep into automotive, and that's why we connected with Amberly and DMS. So now we have a really strong partnership, acquired DMS, and are building out our vertical focus to bring payment solutions that accelerate cash flow, optimize working capital for dealerships.
Wow.
And Amberly and team are at the very front end of that.
Fantastic. So Amberly, I know we talked online, we've done interviews before. Obviously, big news with Priority. Congratulations.
So much. We're so excited.
Fantastic. So why Auto, first of all? Why DMS? And then what are you envisioning with Priority as a partnership? How's that?
Sure. So I started in automotive when I was 22.
Wow. Right.
That's right. And I started a direct marketing company, and then I started learning about surcharging and crash discounting. And he started DMS, and really it was, like a bottle, really teaching dealers how to pass along these fees to their customers. But we also knew that we needed somebody more sophisticated to partner with, as Tom alluded to, just more complexity in automotive payments and the entire ecosystem in automotive. So now we have a great partner, but we need to be able to take it to the top.
So she wasn't sophisticated enough?
Well, she's pretty sophisticated from our perspective. Absolutely, absolutely.
I was impressed, though.
But you know what? What underscores her sophistication is that she recognized, hey, I need to accelerate. And what technology could I connect to that would meet the needs of dealers that are evolving? And, fortunately for us, we had that. And that's what's going to make an incredible partnership for the future that's going to bring tremendous value to the dealership community.
So, I know there's people that have these signs, you see them on payment terminals sometimes, like no Amex. I really don't like Amex. What does it mean for the dealer when they're saying, hey, I take credit cards, but I limit the transactions? I negotiate with my bank. I get a great rate. I really don't want to pass something. Like, what is it? What are the economics of that for a car dealer that they're not aware of?
Well, as it pertains to surcharge specifically, for every $10,000 a dealer is spending on credit cards today, they could save about $85,000. So it's among their top 10 expenses.
Yeah.
And if done correctly within the confines of compliance and state regulations, they can make up a lot of money very easily.
So even with Amex?
Yes, and Tom could probably speak more to that, but specifically Amex doesn't need to be isolated. Yeah. As Sphere. With surcharging, they have to surcharge on the companies.
Yeah, the way things work in say the case of surcharging, but you hit on an important point. It's just confusing. It's confusing to card acceptors. It's confusing to consumers, and that's why what Amberly is doing is so important. It starts with clarity on compliance and education at the dealership, so that they can inform the consumer. Hey, these are your options. You don't have to pay by credit, but if you do, all credit cards are treated the same. So there is no more confusion between American Express or Visa or MasterCard.
Yeah.
Now, if you choose to use another form of payment that's not credit-based, maybe it's a debit card or maybe it's an ACH.
Yeah.
There are no fees associated to that. So the idea is to provide the consumer's choice, and but also in doing so, protect the dealership bottom line, because service is becoming a much, much more important part of the dealership. As Amberly alluded, it's a top 10 expense at dealerships, and this is really a very clear way to drive profits to the bottom line. It works.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk to dealers, I've been talking to dealers for 26 years. I have 3 generations in this business myself. One of the terms they really dislike is leaving money on the table. And I know that, like, sometimes they're too busy doing 10,000 things to pay attention to that, whether it be in technology and banking and finance and flooring plans. I mean, I did work for a manufacturer for a couple of years myself. But so when you're looking at expenses and they're looking at service specifically, one of the sponsors show I do actually happens to focus on service. And what was shocking to me was when you look at service as a profit center for a dealer, that's kind of an afterthought. It's like parts. Like, oh yeah, there's a guy in the back, or a gal in the back, they sell parts. We don't quite know what they do. It's in the back corner. Yeah, they take money. We're not quite sure if they answer the phone. We know what we call them. It's, can you hold, whatever, that kind of thing. But I think you brought up a great point there, because if the customer's either buying a car or buying a part or buying service or maybe doing a detail or whatever it is, and the dealer didn't have to worry about that line item in terms of cost, that's a huge plus for the dealer. But more importantly, they're not paying attention to it right now because they're just like, yeah, that's a cost to do business. It's kind of like the radio ads I do, that kind of thing.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we just keep it simple. We handle payments so you can focus on your business.
So in terms of trust, I mean, I was talking to a dealer who's actually an NADA board member, thanks to my wife. She introduced me to the guy who was watching an interview that I was doing. And he said, well, I'm concerned about privacy and security, specifically around AI. We know there's no companies here doing AI at the show this year. And he was like, well, what does that mean if I have 8 to 12 dealerships? What does that mean if I'm talking to General Motors? What does that mean? And obviously, you want to make sure you're making the right decision, but more importantly, that the person you're partnering with is trusted. So maybe you can speak a little bit to that, because we know banking can be scary for some people.
Yeah. Look, the first important component of doing surcharge or really any call payments partner, whether you're doing it or not, is, hey, am I handling card information properly? Am I compliant there? And are the systems that I'm using secure, to your point?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, hackers have a field day, trying to break into systems to get consumer card data, and they've been pretty successful. So, we are at Priority. I'll throw out some terms that are, for all the technologists out there, we're, PCI compliant, SOC 1, 2 compliant, because we have to meet a level of security that ensures card data is not going to get out into the wild. And that's just table stakes now in modern payments. And then as it evolves from there, hey, what tools can you layer into that experience that, start to make it a better customer experience?
Right.
Where we're focused now is enabling crypto, enabling things like PayPal and Venmo and other digital wallets, creating tools on the back end for dealerships that as you're harvesting that money in all their modalities, hey, can I auto-reconcile those in a safe FDIC insured account, which we also provide, so that can smoothly sweep out to your bank, and we're recognizing that money even on weekends and holidays. So it's just a whole new value proposition of security in the way you're handling things, but then also acceleration in the way these technology-enabled solutions can really assist your business and drive profits to the bottom line.
Yeah, because I mean, the thing that was interesting, thanks for that. The thing that was interesting was he's a bright guy. He's obviously on the National Board for NVA. He's obviously works with them. He works with manufacturers. He has dealerships. And he says, I'm just worried about something happening to my data, but more important than my business. And, there was an incident last year with one of the CRM DMS providers. But even Google's been hacked, as has Amazon, in terms of their server tech. And it's interesting because
look at CDK, right? And unfortunately, I mean, great company, but they had a really scary event they had to deal with. It's one of the reasons why across our platform we've actually introduced cybersecurity policies that every merchant can get at a very reasonable cost, because we've got a couple 100,000 customers. We do 150 billion in total volume. So our ability to buy cyber insurance cheap and allow our customers to take advantage of that, we're talking $10, $12 a month, right? So it's really cheap insurance, and you're really touching on what we think are what partners like us should be doing for the dealership community. Really driving, not just the way money moves, but making sure it's really done right. It's one of the other reasons why we become a licensed money transmitter. We're regulated in every single state. Again, we're submitting to oversight. Do it right. Just do it right.
What's your opinion? I know you're very technically minded and a banking expert, right?
No comment.
No comment at all?
Well, here's the thing, is that we do want to protect our kids.
Yeah.
And they are very aware of what happened this UK. We helped them on the back end because it was an account in 90s. And so there were some folks that they couldn't desk seals, they couldn't write ROs, but they can run credit cards with us because we weren't an integrated sales type. And so I think it's important that we just make sure we're mindful of that when we go.
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked just by the volume of questions he had. And I talked to lots of dealers, I interviewed lots of dealers, and I was like, he was thinking at a very high level, and I think you'll see more of that after the show just because of the amount of options out there. And obviously with CDK and others, it's the fact that this has happened despite them having a lot of technical prowess. And I have to share this. So I'm having an experience with PayPal right now, which is kind of interesting. On Commerce, but one of the largest banks in the world, literally it's taken over 35 days to have a transaction that they have approved. I've talked to the people in California, I've talked to the team, their process is broken, but what surprised me was you'd think the future of commerce is different types of banking, or whether it's Venmo, or there's a bunch of different...
It's real time, right? It's real time.
But I was like, okay, like regular bank, 5 days, no problem. Now it's 30 days, problem, no solution. I was kind of interested. So when you're talking about commerce, the future of commerce, and I know everyone has a device, so they obviously want to be able to move money around. Where do you see that from a car dealer perspective or a banking perspective in 2026 and beyond?
Well, I would say that the feedback that we're receiving from our dealers is to meet the customer more. So Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, crypto, all of those are things that we're focused on and forward.
Yeah.
But to your point, I mean, and talking about it earlier, is that some of them are cost prohibitive as far as what the fees are to the consumer or the dealer.
Yep.
And so helping them navigate that.
Yeah, and then the other side of that, so you have the consumer aspect, which, Amberly just highlighted really well. And now, what happens at the dealership? Because I've got a finance team that now has to deal with all these modalities of money coming in. What systems can help support the receipt of that money really cleanly, like not taking 35 days because I'm running a dealership, I need my money. 35 days, I'm like, that's not going to work. That's not going to work, right? And then also, hey, I need to make certain that what I was expecting to come in has come in, and I can reconcile that as quickly as possible because I've got a host of other things to do, right? So we're building out, and we've already had this operating at scale. On any given day, we actually administrate over 1.6 billion in average daily deposits that are running through our systems on our treasury solutions.
Yeah.
So now think about a dealership that has all these modalities for payments. They're coming in, and I can reconcile them immediately in real time. I know, hey, what I was expecting, I got. And anything that I didn't get that I was expecting, I know exactly where it is to go research it and find out. Right? I've just made my finance operations much, much more efficient. And now I can focus on, all right, I have visibility to cash flow. What do I do with it? Can I negotiate better deals with my suppliers? Can I create better sources of financing for a floor plan or whatever so that I can drive profits to the bottom line? That's what we're all about. And to me, that's the future of automotive commerce, is bringing that solution set from the front of the house all the way through to the back of the house, visibility to cash, accelerate it, give me better use of working capital. That's where we need to land.
And happy accountants, that's always a good...
Oh, I mean, if you're making your finance team happy, like everybody's happy. Yeah. Everybody's happy.
You mean a little detail oriented?
Just a bit, just slightly, just slighter.
Really? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought they were like, just...
They're like salespeople,
Yeah. NADA. So everyone here is talking about AI. the whole show, enhanced with AI, it's kind of like fat-free and thief. It's like, oh, we got AI this, we got AI that, AI's doing this, it's going to do this for you, it's a silver bullet for that. What do you think is going to be the big theme of the show for dealers, other than obviously minimizing costs and maximizing, return on dollars, whether it be flooring or other funds? What do you think is going to come from NADA 2026 that you're expecting or not expecting? What do you think?
Gosh, I think it's going to be really difficult to answer that question. I will submit to you, the way we think of where AI applies. Look, it's not going to replace the key human elements of automobiles and just the experience, right? It's an emotional purchase, right? So let's start with that. Okay, so you're not going to replace that interaction. Okay, now I may be able to look at more things faster. Maybe that's where it applies. Okay, but hey, now I've made my selection. I made a big investment. I'm expecting a curated experience. You're not going to get that from a machine, right? That's people.
Yep.
All right, really providing that service element. Well, then the businesses that support those operators, right? It's a human interaction, right? We're in the same boat.
Right.
They're relying on a curated experience from us and teams like Amberley's that are going to be doing training and implementations that help the experience at the dealership and at the consumer. So, areas like that, we don't see AI being effectual. Now, distilling data, getting observations around what's happening.
Yeah.
AI is very powerful. Yeah. Creating a better service experience where, hey, I could at least gather information or know what someone's going to want to talk about, and that could affect my staffing or affect how I route calls to create a great experience. Again, AI can be really effective there. So to us, it's a complement to the human side in this industry. It's not going to replace a lot of things.
So what about on payments? Like if you're using AI to book an appointment or prepaid for a part, or you're in the sales side, maybe you're doing a digital purchase. Are you talking to companies about integration with those systems to say, hey, I want to put a deposit down on, I don't know, Tesla, for example, but whatever it might be?
Well, look, that's just an e-commerce experience that I don't know that AI has a role, right? That's pretty well played out. We know what that is, right? That's just e-com. So I don't know that necessarily changes in my personal view. But where the rubber's going to meet the road is, are you able to drive profits to the bottom line with whatever technology you're introducing? Those are the things that are going to win. Because let's be honest, people operating in this space, they're bottom line results operators. It's all that matters.
100%. So if someone wants to, I don't know, save money on transactions, figure this out, streamline operations, make more money for their business, maybe reduce some line items, I don't know, maybe generate more money for the business. How do they do that? I mean, I'm just curious. I mean, you guys obviously help them with that, but how does that work? Like, how do they get started?
Typically, we'll start with the processing side, try to create faster. Yeah. Even if they don't want to go to assume charging, want to take in their numbers, we're going to help them, really understand their numbers, cost of their spending. So we'll go at 3 months worth of statements, find out where the holes are, help them navigate that. And of course, naturally, we're seeing a lot of people moving to surcharge. And so we do, as Tom mentioned, a full white glove for full service rollout and all the training to train and certified over 25,000 dealership employees across the country as specific to compliance surcharge. And really just help them navigate the entire piece. So you've got integrations, you've got state association relationships, and maybe really just.
And what would a dealer expect to save, like your average size dealership in North America, for example, by doing this? Like, what is the juice worth the squeeze, as they like to say?
Certainly, it's saved the dealer body about $87 billion since January 2022. And for every $10,000 they're spending today, it can save about $7,000.
How quickly could they start saving and get set up?
So our timeline's typically 4 to 6 weeks to launch, and they'll start saving on a little.
Fantastic. There will be details below in the video. If you want information, you can always reach out to me. But of course, how would they find you guys?
Well, you can go to PriorityDMS.com, PriorityCommerce.com as well. And I think your best bet, though, is just call Amberly.
100%. And if you're at NADA, we're in the North Hall, 6112. I'll be doing some posting about that as well. And thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for helping the industry get better today live.